Everybody knows you can't grow a good onion in a raised bed, right? Maybe you can. Let's check it out. Well, I've been growing onions in containers for several years, and I have found out it is the perfect way to grow onions. Now, if you're selling onions and you need acres of onions, it's a different story. But if you want onions for yourself, your family, maybe give a few away, man, there's nothing better than a raised bed. I've done it in 3 different kinds of raised beds. So let me show you what I did this year, and then I'll show you where I've done it in the years past, and they work absolutely great. Best onions you'll ever grow. And I'm also going to show you how I store onions and make them last a long time. Well, this is my raised bed this year. I didn't grow a lot of onions this year. I usually grow twice this many, maybe 4 or 5 times this many. But I wanted to try out the Vajayga garden bed, and that's what this is. It's a 17 inches tall, 2 feet wide, 8 feet long. And this has just been great this year for growing some onions. I've got some other stuff in another Vajayga over there. Obviously got a lot of containers, a lot of earth boxes and other things. But this is what I grew this year. We've already pulled the onions because it's just time. We got a lot of rain coming this week, all week, they say. And if I can get rain in June, I'm all for it here in Texas. But let me just show you some of these onions. I'll put the tape measure on them in just a second. But look at that. That's softball size onion. Another softball size onion, bigger than a softball actually, kind of oblong, ill-formed we call that down here. This is kind of a butt onion, kind of look like a butt, but 2 onions growing side by side or growing together. Monster onion right there, monster onion. I've got to put a tape measure on some of these, so stick around. And again, I'm going to show you how I grew these, and these are not as sweet as I like for them to be. I put a lot of nitrogen to them, and that nitrogen can, heat them up a little bit. They're not hot by any means, but they're certainly not as sweet as what people like to grow around here. I'm in an area that we grow onions kind of like the area of Vidalia, Georgia. We've got a community here that grows onions in East Texas. They are very proud of their onions. And every year it's the sweetest onions. Who's got the sweetest onions? Well, these aren't the sweetest I've ever grown. Next year I will use just compost or organic fertilizer, and I think next year they'll be a lot sweeter. But they are big, and they're great tasting. Just got a little bit of bite to them, but it's not a whole lot. But again, this is the raised bed. Now, in the past years, I have grown onions in wicking tubs. Wicking tubs, if you're not familiar with them, wicking tubs are like a cattle syrup tub, mineral tub, and it's got a reservoir on the bottom about 3 inches deep, and it wicks the water up. I've got a lot of wicking tubs videos on my channel, and just search the channel. In fact, I've got a playlist on wicking tubs, how to make them, how to find them, and things like that. And then I've got some more raised beds. And a wicking tub is a raised bed. It's just a self-wicking tub, which is a raised bed, I guess you'd say. And then I've got some more raised beds I'll go show you in just a second where I typically grow onions. Just didn't do it this year. Had a lot of weeds last year. I put some a tarp on them and hoping to kill some of those weed seeds and all that stuff, so we won't have that as big a problem next year with the weeds. And I'll show you that in just a second. But these, I need to set up the camera on a tripod so we can put these to the test, so we can get out a tape measure and show you some of these onions. These are huge. It may not be the biggest I've ever grown, but they're dang close, I'll tell you that. So not all the onions are huge. Most of them are a hardball size, which is a nice onion, don't get me wrong. But let me show you some of these that had really gotten big, and just put the tape measure on them. That one is 4 1/4 inches in diameter. That one is 3 3/4. That one is 4 1/2. We're gonna work up to the big one here, the big boy. That one is 4 I'm gonna say 7/8, almost 5. And this one here, that is an onion, folks. And that one there is, let me get the widest point here. You know, you gotta get it wide. That one is 5 1/8, 5 1/4, something like that. Big onion. And again, they are really good, very good. Just not quite as sweet as I have grown in the past, and it's because I really hit them with a lot of nitrogen. And you have to hit them with the nitrogen to get a really big onion, but you can, if you use a natural nitrogen, if you use manure, things like that, compost, they'll still get big and be sweet. So that's what I always recommend in my other videos. I just, this being the first time in this particular raised bed, I wanted to, you know, just want to do a little experimentation with it, try to get some nice size ones there, and for the fact that we weren't growing very many. Now we've already pulled probably a dozen out of there, either eating them or giving them away, probably more than a dozen. But we probably got 30, I would think, and then pulled a dozen, maybe more than that. Well, we pulled some as green onions too, so we may have pulled 20. So I would say around 50, and if I remember right, when I counted through there when I planted them, I came up with about 50. But real happy with this. Let me show you how we're going to dry them now. You have to pull the onions. You have to leave them laying out, and some people leave them laying out in the sun. I don't like to do that, but they do have to be out of the wind and the rain, or out of the rain, because you want them to dry. You don't want that rain, you don't want them to get rained on and then, you know, not dry out. So I'm gonna load this little golf cart up and take you over to what I call my little drying shed. So this is what I call my onion drying shed. I mean, it's a place where I used to have rabbits, just a shed off of my barn here and off the side of it. And I've got a rabbit cage in there that I just left in there. And I'll just spread the onions. Sometimes I put them on top. Sometimes I've got so many onions I have to put some on top and down in the bottom. I think I'm just gonna put them on the bottom, and I can close these cage doors and just put them in there. Now I like to leave the stalks on them, the onion stalk on there. I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. I've heard yay and nay on that. I like to leave them on there. It's easier to grab them and pull them out. I mean, sometimes they break off, and if they do, fine. But I just don't know. I don't know the etiquette of that. Do you or don't you? That'd be a good thing for you to put in the comment section. Do you leave, when you're storing your onions, drying your onions, do you leave the stalk on there? Let me know in the comment section what you do. And why you do it, and I'd be really interested in that. So we're just gonna put them in here, basically. Just roll them in there. Make sure, or try to make sure, they don't touch each other. That's the main thing. You know, that they're close to each other but not touching. And there's plenty of room in there because, again, I don't have quite as many as I normally raise. But this is plenty. I usually sometimes will have some go bad because we just don't eat them as often as we should, or as much as we should. Don't cook with them as much as we should. And I love onions. We just don't. You know, if I raised 100 or 200 onions, we just wind up, we'll give a bunch away, but you know, family loves them. This year I told them they're not going to get very many onions from us because we're just not going to grow that many. We're growing enough for us and probably nobody else. That sounds a little selfish, but I was just trying out the bed, the Vajayga bed, and I'll use it again. I'll use it for a lot of stuff, and I'm fixing to plant something else in it, I'm sure, now that the onions are out. But I've got another place that I like to plant onions better, and I'll show you that in just a second. There's another set of raised beds, and you've seen them before if you've been around very long, but if you hadn't, maybe it's something you want to take a look at, because just about anything with sides on it can be a raised bed. You don't have to go through, you know, it doesn't have to be something that says this is a raised bed. A raised bed is something with sides on it that you can put dirt in it and plant in. And you know, typically it's not going to have a bottom in it because you just don't want a bottom. It certainly can have a bottom in it, but most of the time a typical raised bed is not going to have a bottom in it. So anyway, here's all the onions. Again, I probably got about 30 here, and we've already pulled at least 15 or 20, so not bad. And I can close these up. You're not gonna find too many varmints wanting to get in and eat an onion, but I do like to close it up anyway, just so a bird won't come in and peck on it, wondering what it is and trying to figure it out, and you get bird peck. So just come in here and close this up. It's just a good way. They've got, the reason I like to use this is because they've got circulation underneath, through when the wind blows. I've got this roof over it, so they're not going to get rained on. They're going to stay dry, and it just makes a great a rabbit cage or a chicken cage. This is a rabbit cage, I guess you'd call it. Just makes a great place to raise onions. Let me take you now. We've shown you how to dry them, and they'll stay here until they're done. I mean, they'll stay here until they're eaten. That's what I'm saying, which will be, you know, usually before the end of the year. They'll last 6 months here. You know, you're going to have one or two that won't. It's been wet. The onions, we've had a lot of rain. The onions are probably got a lot of water in them, so you know that can be a problem. That's why you want to dry them, and they will be dry in a couple of weeks, but they'll keep for a long, long time. Let me show you those other raised beds I'm talking about that I love to grow onions in. So these are a set of my raised beds that I just call it my tub garden. That's what this is. It's made out of fiberglass tubs. They've got a wire running all the way around the upper lip there of the tub, and very strong. These have been here for 12, 15 years, something like that. As you can see, the corn is doing amazing in these. This is where I almost always grow my corn because it just does so well. But typically the onions, and that's a double set. That's two sets of those tubs together. While I'm walking over here, I'll tell you, I got these at a business that was throwing them away. I can't get any more. I found some on Amazon shortly after that, and they were like $85 a piece. So it's not something you can afford. But what my point is, you can make a raised bed out of just about anything. You can get some totes at the store, cut out the bottom, set it on the ground, fill it up with soil. You got a raised bed. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I would get a tote that's going to last a while, not one that's going to get brittle on you. You know, good Rubbermaid or something that's mighty thick. But that's again, that's a double set of tubs. They're about 20 inches wide and 42 inches long. So this is, you know, 2 rows. This is a single row. Everything I have here are double rows. I'm probably going to plant peas in those 2 double rows. But this is a single row, and I normally plant onions here, and this is where they really shine. This is where they really do well. These are full of, compost. And in the very beginning, I put potting mix, compost. Over the years, I put a lot of wood chips in them to bring them back up. You know, when they pack down a little bit, I put wood chips on top just because they've got a lot of access to wood chips, and compost on top. But these really do great. I mean, these raise the best onions that I raise. Are in these tubs right here. I just didn't do it this year because I wanted to, again, have that noxious weed in here. It's morning glory, and good gosh, it just takes over everything. So I'm hoping this sun beating down on that tarp is going to kill all that mess, and then I'm going to plant peas over here. We'll find out. When I plant the peas, we'll find out if the tarps worked real well or not. I hope they did, but I'm going to be pulling those tarps up and planting my wife some Purple Hull and some Zipper Cream peas. So. But corn looks good. I just wanted to show you the difference, the different raised beds. I mean, there's, you've seen in the past I've shown you the wicking tubs and the onions in the wicking tubs. I'd planted like 50 or 60 onions in a wicking tub, which is only about 20 inches in diameter. But I just didn't, I couldn't let them all just stay there. I had to pull some of them up when they got, you know, before they started bulbing. We'd start eating them for table onions, and for that reason, I would thin them out and then get some big ones. That was the whole plan. The plan worked out great. And I've shown you in years past the onion crop that I raised in wicking tubs. Wicking tubs is, you know, it's something separate. It's a kind of its own thing, but it is in practice, it's just a raised bed. It's a raised bed with a water reservoir in the bottom that it wicks up from. So 3 different types of raised beds that I've used and for onions, and they have all done amazingly. And again, these tubs about 8, I told you how big they were, but they're about 8 inches deep, and I've got the bottoms cut out of them. So, you know, if the roots want to, they can go down into the native soil. And corn probably does. Onions probably not going to, but the corn probably would, maybe even the peas. So they have the roots have that opportunity if they want to take it. Anyway, I want to show you that you can raise some dadgum good onions in raised beds, and just want to show you proof of that in case somebody told you, nope, you can't. Well, dadgum it, you can't. All right, that's it. We're gone.